Do you remember what that process was like going on in your mind? Is like, did you feel like, okay, I'm not being myself, or was it a turning moment? Like, I don't care what nobody say. I like acting.
Yeah.
I'm getting into it,
Yeah.
et cetera, et cetera. Did you have those type of moments or what?
Not till way later. You know, when you're that young and people are saying all these things, you're hearing all these voices. I'm still trying to figure out who I am, right? So I don't even know. So I'm just like, what am I doing? Maybe I don't do this for a while. Maybe I do. I go fully into something else, or I get into sports. I get into communication, which is what I studied as my degree. I started to venture into everything else, explore anything else. Pledge the fraternity. I wanted to do that. There was acceptance there, How did that work out? I did a ton of different things going through the college process to try to find who I am. And ultimately, the funny part is acting is not really like my love. It's just something that I could do really well, So I found my way back to it because it pays well and it's something I can do. And I understand it.
So it was almost like this journey. So what is it? It has to be something. It's obviously you do it very well, but it has to be something you do love about it on the behalf of constantly going back to it.
Sure.
So is it just a comforting tool to just say, well, ultimately, this is where I'm comfortable at, or?
Yes, the comfort definitely. I think, I don't know if, I'm not into astrological signs, but I am a Leo, very outgoing, naturally. There's a lot about me that's just my God-given makeup that will work in this arena. So it's not like the difficulties that a lot of other people will have, having to go to school, having to learn different skill sets and put themselves in a certain mind state, I naturally gravitate towards. So that's another part of it for me. It's very comfortable, very easy.
It's really deep, because essentially acting has been pacifying for your life.
Yeah.
You're saying on one behalf, I started at 9, got on stage. That brought me and my mom. I was able to live out her aspirations to a point that my father came around for the victories. It's just crazy to hear. Then it's like on the same note, it's like, you know what? I mean, I don't love it, but it's the pacifying tool for your life. So if this is not the thing that you love, have you figured out that loving point in your life? Or are you still on the journey?
I feel like I'm a lot closer. I don't know if I have hammered it down. I love people. I love helping people. I started a nonprofit when I moved out here maybe 10 years ago. And I started working with kids in Watts and Compton. We mentored kids for 5 years. Did that. Then I moved to Skid Row, started feeding people in Skid Row. We fed thousands of people for over 5 years. And now I'm starting to figure out what should I do with the nonprofit today. So
I guess we can talk about that off camera.
Yeah.
It's crazy because that's really my field.
I know.
But
I listen to it. I hear you when you're talking.
To go back and go forward, how was it making that decision to say I'm leaving Florida to come to Los Angeles?
Yeah, great question. I went back into acting. I actually started teaching kids because my mom was the principal of a school. She was like, "Come here, teach theater." So I was acting, doing commercials. I'm also teaching theater at her school, and I started my own management company. So I started managing around 15 or so kids, speaking to their parents, coaching the kids for free every Saturday, and my kids started killing. So now I'm on TV, my kids are on TV, it's all working out, and I want to say I'm at the zenith of Florida success. And I just woke up one morning at 3 a.m, and I knew I had never been to the West Coast at all. And someone just told me inside, you got to go to LA. And I called my mom at like 3 a.m. I was like, "Hey, I think, sorry to wake you up, but I think I'm gonna go to LA." That was it.
Thank you for watching A Wise Way. Subscribe to stay updated, share to pass the knowledge, or view our other videos on the left.